I brought a ZZ. Today I wanted to mention some of the acronyms that I was talking about in my last video. I went through all of the study videos that I could, and since I'm trying to help you study, I'm just gonna smush things together. It'll make it easier, and these acronyms, you're gonna play games, and this is how you're gonna remember in your brain things that you like. Try to attach it to that word and you're gonna remember it. I learned that in Psych 102 when I went to community college. Anywho, so I brought up a word, IRMA, in my last video. IRMA is the acronym for fixtures. I had to go back and look at all my stuff to make sure I'm giving you the right information. Like I said, don't quote me. I got it as accurate as I can, okay? I'm being honest. We'll get to honesty and loyalty later. Basically, IRMA, when it comes to a fixture, I'll give you an example. A fixture is probably gonna start as personal property. So if I go on Amazon and I buy a shelf and it's mine and I attach it to this wall, it's all IRMA is about your intention, your relation, your method, and your adoption. So all of that adds up to IRMA, which has to do with fixtures. You don't want to get in trouble in the real world, and you want to know this for your exams, okay? So let's say I go on Amazon and I buy a bookshelf and I attach it to the shelf. That could easily look like I attach it to the wall. That could easily look like, you know, it comes with the house to somebody that's walking in and maybe hasn't bought a house and doesn't know this stuff, or was a renter and is now becoming a homeowner. These are details that you're gonna need to know so that nobody feels possibly shorted in the end. If you really aren't sure, you know, double check on the MLS and definitely double check on your offer. Just go ahead and possibly write that you would like that, and you could do a bill of sale for personal property before we get ahead of ourselves. So I like to think of IRMA as, if I have this wall, for example, I have two windows right here. So if I want a custom bookshelf and I want to measure the wall and the way that I attach it to the studs, okay, you can clarify that that's a fixture. That's going to come with the house. You don't want to take that off the wall, because if you also cause damage, that goes into IRMA. That's more of the adoption part, the A in IRMA, because adoption or adoption? It's been a while. Anywho, that one's IRMA. Has to do with fixtures, taking personal property, affixing it to the property itself, and it will all become real property. What was the other thing? OLDCAR. This has to do with fiduciary duties. So you're gonna learn about the working with real estate agent brochure. I have made little cute videos on this because we have certain laws in North Carolina. I'm not gonna confuse you. You know, I want you to look into your state, all right? State specific. This is more of nationals. How did I study for nationals? OLDCAR. So the working with real estate agent brochure, when you meet somebody on first substantial contact, I'm remembering, I'm like, I think I'm getting these where I'm so close. Anywho, so when you just meet somebody, or when they start telling you the C, confidential in OLDCAR, that's when, you know, when you have an agency contract with a person, they become your client. So your principal becomes your client when you have an agency agreement, and you're gonna learn all of the agreements, okay? You're gonna learn all the different things. I don't wanna overwhelm you. OLDCAR are your fiduciary duties to your client. And, you know, in reality, you kind of wanna, you're there for both sides. We're all trying to get to the closing table. We're all trying to help everybody out, right? You wanna do what's right. You wanna be an ethical real estate agent. That's what we're looking for in life, okay? OLDCAR, obedience, loyalty, disclosure. C is confidentiality, accounting, and reasonable skill and care. See, I studied. It's been so long. No, but for real, like, you want to be honest. You want to be loyal. You want to be obedient, but to a lawful extent. And that there is a line for the confidentiality and the loyalty. One, lawful. The law is always going to come first. Just let's get that out of the way. It's always going to come first. But you have a seller. If they straight up tell you, like, haha, my roof leaks, but I'm not going to put that on any of the documents, that's not how that works. We're not here to fool anybody. We're not here to trick anybody. We want to CYA. It's going to be a term that you hear a lot. Cover your bleep. Okay. The other one that I had mentioned was DEEPC. C as in the letter. DEEPC. That's what it's going to spell out. Those are your bundle of rights. And I feel like you're probably starting to hear these words if you're in the beginning of your journey. So I'm trying to like go back and remember. Bundle of rights. See if I could get this first try. Disposition, which is your right to sell. E is enjoyment, quiet enjoyment. Exclusion, your right to keep anybody off of the property, who you want on the property, on or off, exclude them. P is possession. Possession, your right to occupy your own. Some of these things you might be like, oh, duh, but no. Deep C. And the C is for control. Deep C. Yeah, so what have we learned? We have learned IRMA, we have learned OLDCAR, and we have learned DEEPC, which all three of those are really important. And if you really want to remember, let's see, WWREAB. It did it. I have honestly had to go back through my dummies book for some of this stuff because I'm more in the, like I said, I'm more in the lifestyle and doing the job and knowing your contracts at this point. All of this stuff you need to know. You do need to know this, but off the top of my head, I'm not sitting at the firm anymore going, what's DEEPC? And, because certain firms, even when it comes to agency, you're only able on your contract, they would prefer, maybe they don't do dual agency, maybe they don't do designated dual agency, maybe they only do exclusive right to sell, so like this is stuff you're still learning. You're gonna learn. And if you're watching this and you're not my bestie, I mean, you are. Maybe you already learned all this stuff. Maybe we're not linking up at the right time in the world that I'm recording this in and where you're at in life in your journey for real estate. So if you want to leave a comment or you want to go follow some of my pages, you totally can. I try to answer people as best as I can, and I would love to do agency referrals, and I am currently in Wilmington, North Carolina. I feel like I do a good bit of work on the outside, like maybe Leland or Hampstead, Castlehane. So getting more familiarized with more than just New Hanover County. Technically, I could service all of North Carolina, but only to an extent. I'm trying to learn where I'm at now because I can actually provide more value because I actually know these things, or I meet clients that, know places to go and like have lived in an area or moving to another area. They have multiple properties, they have investment properties, they can give opinions on neighborhoods of Airbnb property potential, I like to post lifestyle. I like to post the place that I'm in because I love the place that I'm in. I love Carolina Beach. I have 4 parents. They are deaf. They are hard of hearing and deaf. They speak and they read lips, and I know some sign language. And my dad said, don't say that I'm fluent. That's okay. I don't take offense to that because I don't know every word. I barely know how to talk. But anyways, the point is, bestie and my other new besties, I had a lot of caffeine today, and I'm just trying to tell you a little bit about myself in case you're not Marissa, or in case Marissa just wants to hear me blabber about myself. Hey, boo. Yeah. Is there anything that I can help you with in the world? Let me know. And you know what? Marissa, my best friend that I'm making this series for, that young lady, that woman knows how to shoot her shot. She knows how to get business. And I am so excited for her to be on this journey. I really am. She's got spunk. And my point of saying that was, you, my new bestie, don't be afraid to shoot your shot. Do you know how many people ask me to get coffee? First of all, I hope you like caffeine, because as soon as you announce that you're somewhat in the industry of real estate, you're going to get every invite in the world. And if that's what you want, because I love coffee. At this point, I thought I already went to every tourist spot, every TikTok, but then I became a realtor, and I'm definitely gone now. I have met so many lenders. It's incredible. It's awesome. Do it. Background check. We have forewarn. I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure if that's just a North Carolina thing or if that's every realtor thing. Background check. Go into forewarn. Tell somebody that you're going there. Tell somebody, please. Look the person up. And if they say, if it's a lead and it says something like, hey, message me on WhatsApp, I'm not telling you to ignore it. I'm just telling you, look it up on forewarn. And if they're not trying to talk to you on the phone or FaceTime at all, it might be a AI or like a bot. Like, I'm a little hippie, in case you can't tell, but just saying, I've had some leads on WhatsApp and it went nowhere, and I was like, wasted my time. Anywho,